All right, let's put on our detective hats. Today, we're going to crack a classic mathematical case. How in the world do you write the equation of a line when you've only got a couple of clues? Let's dive right in.
So picture this. You know the slope of a line, right? That's your direction, how steep you're going. And you know one single point that your line goes through. That's kind of like your current location. But here's the real mystery. Where did this line actually start on the y-axis? That's what we need to figure out. And yeah, that's our mission. We're going to be math detectives. We've got all the clues we need right in front of us. We just need a solid strategy to piece them all together and find that missing starting point.
Okay, so let's officially open our first case file. We're calling this one the case of the missing start. And our prime suspect, a little variable named b. You might know it as the y-intercept.
Every good detective needs their tools, right? And ours is one of the most powerful formulas in all of algebra. Y equals mx plus b. You should think of this as our master key. It's going to unlock the solution to every single case we tackle.
Now check this out. This really lays out all our evidence perfectly. In all the problems we're looking at, we have the slope. That's our m. We also have a point, which gives us an x and a y value. The one thing we're missing, the clue we're hunting for, is b. So how do we find this missing b? Well, we've got a foolproof four-step strategy. It works every time. Step 1, plug in your slope for m. Step 2, plug in your point for x and y. Step 3, do a little algebra, solve for b. And step 4, this one's absolutely crucial. You write out the complete final equation.
All right, we've got our strategy. It's time to get to work. Let's start cracking some of these cases and really put our find b strategy to the test.
Let's pull up our first case file. The evidence is pretty clear. We've got a slope of 2, and we know the line passes right through the point 1, 5. Our job is to find that line's equation.
Okay, let's use our strategy. We take that master key, y equals mx plus b, and we just plug in what we know. The y is 5, the m is 2, and the x is 1. That leaves us with a super simple equation, 5 equals 2 times 1 plus b.
And now we just solve it. 2 times 1 is just 2, right? So we have 5 equals 2 plus b. Subtract 2 from both sides, and bam! There it is. We found our missing clue. b equals 3.
Case closed. Now that we have our b, we can write the full equation. We just take our original slope, m, and our brand new y-intercept, b, to get the final answer, y equals 2x plus 3.
All right, let's move on to the next case. This one's got a little twist, a negative number. Our slope is -3 and our point is 2, -4. But don't let that negative sign throw you off. The strategy is exactly the same.
We just follow the same steps. We plug in -4 for y, -3 for m, and 2 for x. After you do the multiplication, you add 6 to both sides, and we find that our missing clue b is 2.
See? This just shows how solid our strategy is. Even with negative numbers getting thrown in there, the process works perfectly. The final solved equation for this case is y equals -3x plus 2.
Okay, time for our final case, and this one involves a fraction. Our slope is 1/2, and our point is 4, 1. Again, don't panic. We are going to follow the exact same steps.
So let's plug in our clues. 1 for y, 1/2 for m, and 4 for x. So what's half of 4? It's just 2. You solve for b, and you get the final piece of the puzzle. b equals -1.
And just like that, we've solved our third case. The complete equation with our fraction slope and our negative y-intercept is y equals 1/2 x minus 1. Fantastic work, detectives.
Now listen, even the best detectives can fall for a couple of common traps. So let's go over a few false leads you need to watch out for, just to make sure your investigation always stays on the right track.
Okay, here's the biggest trap of all. You do all the work to find b. You get excited, and you circle it and think you're done. But remember, finding b is just one step. The goal, the whole reason we're doing this, is to write the full equation. Don't stop early.
The second trap is just a simple mix-up, but it can ruin everything. In a point like 1, 5, the first number is always x, and the second is always y. If you accidentally switch them when you plug them into the formula, all your work is going to be based on bad info, and you'll end up with the wrong answer. So you might be sitting there thinking, okay, this is neat, but why does it actually matter?
Well, it turns out our little detective skills here have some pretty incredible real-world uses. Let's see how this exact math gets used in forensics.
Let's break it down.
Forensic investigators know that a body cools down at a predictable rate. That's our slope, m. A detective on the scene measures the body's current temperature, y, at a specific time, x. By plugging those clues into our exact formula, they can solve for b, which helps them work backward to figure out the time of death. It's the exact same math, just used to solve a very, very real mystery.
It just goes to show you, algebra isn't just about numbers and letters on a page. It's a powerful tool for investigating, for finding missing pieces, and for uncovering the truth. And it really makes you wonder, what other real-world mysteries are out there, just waiting for a math detective to come along and solve them?